from cherished celebrities to social outcasts in a record amount of time. The speed with which these once loved celebrities went from walking the red carpet to falling to rock bottom will blow your mind. A handful of blunders, ranging from drug usage to terrible deeds, led these superstars to their knees, and the financial impact it had on their net worth was an unfortunate consequence. A cautionary tale about fame, money, and the harsh realities of life in the spotlight. This story is a cautionary tale. Please continue reading to learn how once famous celebrities have damaged their careers and become social outcasts. Number 10. Amber Heard. Since Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of being abusive and filed a lawsuit against him for defamation, her career has reached an all-time low. Nevertheless, her credibility was severely damaged when a photograph of her feces on Johnny Depp's bed was made public. In addition to being forced to pay $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, she was found to be responsible on all charges. In the end, Heard was only left with $1 million to pay Johnny Depp as part of a just recently reached settlement. Number 9. Sofia Coppola. In a similar manner, Sofia Coppola's acting career was terminated before it had begun to take proper shape. Following Winona Ryder's decision to withdraw from the third installment of Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather, the director decided to cast his daughter in the role instead. Even though the third film in the Oscar-winning series directed by Francis Ford Coppola could not live up to the standards set by the first two films in the series, there was one aspect of the picture that received more negative attention than anything else: Coppola's performance. Because of the widespread criticism that was directed toward Coppola's performance, she was even accused of coming close to wrecking the movie. Due to the severity of the criticism, Coppola's acting career came to an abrupt stop not long after. Nevertheless, Sofia demonstrated her abilities in other contexts and went on to become a renowned filmmaker. Number 8. Will Smith. At the urging of their parent, Coppola is not the only nepotism-related child who has made a cinematic debut that has been met with disappointment. Following his participation in the critically acclaimed film The Pursuit of Happiness alongside his father, Will Smith, and his subsequent performance in The Karate Kid, Jaden Smith reprised his appearance alongside his father in the film After Earth, which received a rating of 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. According to The Guardian, Jaden plays the role throughout with a face like a smacked bum. The film was a tremendous disaster and received negative reviews from critics. During the years that have passed since the film's release, Will Smith has voiced his remorse for coaching Jaden into the part. He has written that Jaden took the hit for the failure of the film and that fans and the press were vicious. After the release of the film, Jaden decided to take a significant hiatus from acting and instead concentrate on his musical career. Since then, he has not been in a major motion picture again. Number 7. Myers. It appeared as though Mike Myers was incapable of making a mistake during the 1990s and the early 2000s. Following his rise to prominence through Saturday Night Live, Wayne's World, and the Austin Powers series, Myers became recognized to an entirely new generation when he provided the voice of the titular character in the animated film Shrek. However, after the release of Shrek, his career had a precipitous collapse. The third Austin Powers film was a significant drop from the previous two films, and then he played the titular Cat in the Hat, which received a rating of 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. The figure of Myers was more terrifying than entertaining, and the movie had very little of a storyline to speak of. Myers' career continued to collapse as the Shrek trilogy began to lose popularity. Shrek III received only 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. But The Picture of the Love Guru, which received 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, was the final nail in the coffin for Myers' film career. Number 6. Dana Carvey. Co-star in Saturday Night Live and Wayne's World, Dana Carvey experienced a similar decline in her career, culminating in a picture that was so terrible that there was no way to recover from it. Although Mike Myers experienced several failures after leaving Saturday Night Live, none of his disasters were able to compete with Carvey's Master in Disguise, which got an astounding 1% rating. The film was referred to be a desperate miscalculation by Roger Ebert, who also compared it to a party guest who thinks he is funny and is wrong. Even though Carvey asserted that he left Hollywood to spend more time with his children, it is difficult to imagine that the film, which asserted that Carvey's comedic style did not transition well to film, did not have at least some connection to the situation. Number 5. Alicia Silverstone. The film Batman and Robin had such a low rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 11%, that the director, Joel Schumacher, even expressed regret for the film's reception, and the film's actor, George Clooney, referred to it as a lousy movie. It was Matt Schumacher, or Clooney, who suffered the most from the picture. Rather, it was Alicia Silverstone, who played Batgirl, who was destroyed by the film. Silverstone, who had already achieved recognition a few years earlier in the film Clueless, was awarded a Razzie for her portrayal, and the role is sometimes referred to as having ruined her career. Number 4. Taylor Lautner. Following the conclusion of the Twilight series, Taylor Lautner appeared to be on the verge of becoming a major leading man. He was already a Hollywood heartthrob, and even though he might not have had the Oscar-worthy chops and a preference for independent films that his co-stars Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson did, there appeared to be no reason why he wouldn't continue to find success. Then the event of abduction took place. The title of the review that was published in the New York Times was "At least his abs get a workout," and the writer's tone was even more critical than that. The reviewer compared Lautner to an advanced robot simulating human speech without registering emotion or even comprehension. Number 3. Rachel Lee. This is Rachel Lee. Cook likewise appeared to be on the verge of maintaining her breakout adolescent celebrity after the release of She's All That. Nevertheless, her subsequent major motion picture, Josie and the Pussycats, was a resounding failure, even though it is now considered a cult masterpiece. Cook herself has stated that she felt as though she was placed in movie jail as a result of the lack of success of the picture, and that her options began to dry up, especially when it came to independent films. Even though Cook was able to make the move to television, her celebrity gradually diminished until she was working on direct-to-video and Hallmark movies that did not measure up to the career that she appeared to be expected to have when she was a teenager. Number 2. Taylor Kitsch. We are going to tell you about another teen idol who was unsuccessful, and this time is about Taylor Kitsch. At the time, she was most well known for her role in the American television show Friday Night Lights. When Kitsch was cast as the lead role in the enormous Disney movie John Carter, it appeared as though he had hit the Hollywood jackpot. However, John Carter ended up being one of the most unsuccessful films in the history of the box office. This was immediately followed by Battleship, which did not perform as poorly but was not a smash. Even though Kitsch has continued to work in Hollywood, it appeared as though his chances of becoming an A-listing movie actor were permanently gone. Number 1. Paris Hilton. In the early 2000s, socialite and reality star Paris Hilton attempted to enter the world of acting by appearing in teen dramas such as Veronica Mars and the O.C. Hilton failed to make a successful transition into the acting profession. Her appearances, on the other hand, have been little more than cameos up until the point when the horror film The House of Wax was released. On Rotten Tomatoes, the movie garnered a score of only 28%, and The Hollywood Reporter reportedly referred to Hilton as so bad she steals the show. A few reviews were more positive than others, but it seemed that the majority of people were only interested in seeing two things. A. Hilton in her underwear, and B. Hilton's character being murdered. Our video for today is over. Do you like it? Please leave a comment below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more engaging and instructive videos.